I gotta tell you something right now, so get in your seat and now take a bow, cause we gotta go and start the flick off to the shelf to pick. Oh, we have a show to put on your screen. Trust me now, cause my work's pristine. It's time to critique a classic movie. Let's have some fun and make it groovy. It's movie criticisms of movies. Yeah, I said 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 it's... Hello everyone, Evan&AudreyS here. As I said at the end of the previous episode of Movie Criticisms, recently my cousin has just gotten married, and a couple days before the actual wedding ceremony, he and his fiancée actually gave me the opportunity to pick out a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays from the fiancée's parents' vast amount of collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. Among those discs was Ridley Scott's 2015 sci-fi film, The Martian. The plot of The Martian primarily revolves around an astronaut and botanist named Mark Watney. In the future year of 2035, he and a crew of other astronauts are in the middle of an expedition on Acidalia Planitia of Mars, when an intense dust storm suddenly hits them. When trying to evacuate the planet, the crew accidentally leaves Mark Watney behind, but they think he was killed by a piece of debris. Sometime later, Watney wakes up after the storm and quickly heads to a camp that his crew set up during their mission. Hopeful that humanity can rescue him, Watney starts to find ways to adapt on Mars, such as learning to grow potatoes on the planet and generating water by simply exposing hydrogen to oxygen. Meanwhile, on Earth, Watney's crew and the rest of NASA soon learn that Watney is still alive and is stuck on Mars, and they immediately try to form a plan to bring him home. But will they succeed in time? Prior to watching The Martian myself, I've heard really great things about it from other critics. In fact, I actually saw it really high on several reviewers' best movies of 2015 lists. In all honesty, I completely understand where they are coming from. Heck, this may be a rare movie with nearly zero flaws. To start things out, despite the film's very serious and personal conflict, The Martian is surprisingly really humorous and funny. But what's even better is that none of the jokes here ever felt out of place with the primary tone or undercut the drama. I will also say that even though the movie has a running time of 2 hours and 22 minutes, the pacing never suffered. Nothing in the story feels too rushed or too drawn out. The Martian is a film with near perfect story pacing, as it truly takes the right amount of time to tell its rescue mission narrative. I'm going to give a full 5 points to the content of this movie. Protagonist Mark Watney may have the super simple role of the guy who has to survive until he gets rescued, but what makes him stand out from this character archetype is his optimism. A lot of these kind of characters often act incredibly cynical and depressed, even when their films have happy endings. Watney, though, is someone who is chock full of hope, and that spirit remains consistent throughout the whole movie. Not to mention, he has a very dry sense of humor that helps to make his character even more appealing. The rest of the characters do their part very fine too. However, in my opinion, the standout character has to be Melissa Lewis, all because the mission to save Watney is most personal to her, since she feels personally responsible for abandoning him on Mars. I'm going to give 5 points to the characters here. While watching this film on a 1080p high-definition Blu-ray disc, I was so consistently stunned by the Martian cinematography and visual effects. The film has a huge amount of shots that are so beautifully filmed and presented on screen. colors looked really punchy without ruining the video image. The editing seems appropriately stitched together, and the effects never, ever looked fake. That's why...
Oh, no you don't.
What the... Who are you?
Who am I? Well, that's none of your business. Just do yourself a favor and stop giving every one of your categories a perfect score. You hear me?
Well,
Ah!
As was saying, I give another full 5 points to The Martian's visuals. Matt Damon is really charismatic and likable as Mark Watney, which really helps us to root for him even more. But Damon is also totally capable of selling Watney's more serious moments superbly.
Right. Let's do the math. Our service mission here was supposed to last 31 souls. For redundancy, they sent 68 souls worth of food. That's for 6 people. So for just me, that's gonna last 300 souls, which I figure I can stretch to 400 if I ration. So, I gotta figure out a way to grow 3 years worth of food here on a planet where nothing grows. Luckily, I'm a botanist. Mars will come to fear my botany powers.
The rest of the cast includes such popular stars as Jessica Chastain, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Kristen Wiig, Michael Pena, Jeff Daniels, and many others. Much like Damon, all of these performers are fantastic in their roles and never seem out of place with the movie's tone.
You better not give 5 points again, flyboy.
What? You again? We just get out of here?
No!
Anyway, I'm going to give the acting in The Martian yet another full 5 points. Now, as you've probably noticed several times when watching my show, I am typically very picky about musical scores in modern film. However, I absolutely love the score for The Martian, which was composed by Harry Gregson Williams. It really makes it easier for the movie to sell the whole epic scope of outer space, as well as to give the proper amount of emotional weight to the urgency of its main conflict. So... The Martian is an immaculate movie, so just go and accept it, okay?
Wah!
I'm going to give 5 points to this movie's music. In conclusion, The Martian is one of the most perfectly made movies I've ever seen. It's funny. It never loses any focus. It never loses focus on the tone. It has awesome action, great performances, great music, great everything. Can we just get to the grading score already? The Martian has received a total of 25 points out of 25, earning it an A+. Wow, I don't know why I sounded so much more pleasant there. Anyway, now it's your turn. Have you seen Ridley Scott's The Martian? If not, do you want to or not, and why? feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Also, what should I ask the stupid audience? Oh, I got one. What is your favorite Ridley Scott movie? Also tell me in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review video, then feel free to like, subscribe, and or share. You know what? That's actually quite painful to do in terms of reviewing. Too painful, in fact. Hate to say it, guys, but I don't think I really want to do this series anymore. I'm just too worn out. So, what do you want now, Luke?
Whoa, hey, Evan, don't act so mean to me. I just came to ask for a blood-flavored milkshake.
Well, okay. All the ingredients you need are in the downstairs pantry.
Oh. Well, thanks, Evan. Evan? What's wrong?
Oh, you know, Luke. Some female doppelganger of yours has been kept consistently interrupting my show in this episode, and she just won't stop.
What do you... Oh. Oh, that was not my doppelganger, Evan. That was actually my sister, Leia Lixar, who was bugging you.
Wait, you have a sibling?
Well, of course I do, Evan. Every being in the entire universe has at least one sibling.
I'm not so sure about that, Luke.
Oh, whatever. That's not important right now.
You're right. Here's what is important. How'd your sister get here? And why'd you keep messing up my show?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that first question, but I do know that Leia is super opinionated, even more than I am. Oh, and she absolutely hates perfection, so much so that she would be willing to start a whole genocide toward perfection.
Oh, I see. Leia just doesn't want me to review The Martian because it's a perfect movie.
Exactly.
Well then, Luke, I guess I have another mission for you. I need you to go take a visit to your sister and try to convince Leia that perfection is actually a very rare element in the world of movie making.
Well, I don't know, Evan. That seems a little...
Do it now, Luke. That was an order, not a suggestion.
Okay, I'll do it. Jeez.
Okay, I guess that makes me feel a lot better now. Just forget what I said earlier about canceling movie Critisims. Instead, I'm just gonna take a long break from reviewing, though. But I will be back for the season 6 finale this May. The subject? The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm Evan J. Sims, signing out. Peace!